All right, thank you, Emphasis TV. Always a pleasure to link up with you, and thank you for the good job that you're doing. So, and to our farmers, most welcome on board. Once again, Peter from Crest Farm Ventures, and always a pleasure to engage with our farmers. And so, for today, then we're just looking at the birds that we have at the farm, and just what do we need to do on and off. We have a number of farmers who will come and say, I bought this number of birds within the course of brooding. I've lost about 10, I've lost 5 birds. It's our best interest that you lose none of the birds. And so how do we work towards ensuring that you lose none of the birds? One is just by making sure how is your bio safety and security within the farm. So did you fumigate hiyo nyumba yako? Ulipiga dawa after kuku wametoka, ama umejenga tu nyumba and umeleta kuku? So what we recommend is that make sure that you're using a quality disinfectant a week before you bring the birds to your farm. This is to just make sure that any bacteria and microorganisms at the farm, you've been able to deal with them so that isikue wale ambao wametoka walikuwa na ugonjwa, wameachia wale ambao wanakuja wakuje wapatwe na ugonjwa. So make sure that you thoroughly disinfect your chicken house. That is before you receive the chicken on your farm, the chicks on your farm. So that is number one, most important. Between when you you receive the chicks on your farm, make sure that when the chicks are coming, then you're ready to receive these chicks on your farm. You can't have the chicks coming to the farm, but on the same day you are away. So the chicks came, they've been in the boxes for 2-3 hours. By the time you're getting them from the boxes, you can be sure some will be too tired, others might be stumbled upon. So just make sure that when the chicks are being delivered to the farm, you're there to receive them, confirm that you needed 100 chicks. Yes, there are 100 chicks, they are all healthy, and so that you're able to start the journey with them at the earliest point possible. So what we do, we make sure that from the time they are delivered from the company to our stores, we also make sure that within an hour, we've delivered the chicks to your farm using the most convenient means possible. We have means of delivery to make sure that the chicks get to your farm as soon as possible and in the most comfortable manner. So between day one and the first 1 week, what is most critical for these birds is heating. They need temperatures of about 30 degrees or thereabout. So make sure that your chicks get the right heating if you don't want trouble towards the end of your flock. So make sure that the heating is okay. Right now there are lots of technologies. You could do gas heating, you could do electric heating, you could do heating via solar or through whichever means you're using. Just make sure that the temperatures are maintained during the day, overnight, because the moment your chicks then are not able to get the heat, then wakivuta baridi utangangana nao huko mbele, trying to make sure that then they perform optimally, whereas when they were still young, then walipata kurudi nyuma. So make sure that is critical. However, whereas you're making sure that the temperatures are high, you also need to check on the ventilation. Make sure that the ventilation is well done to make sure that wewe mwenyewe ukiwa hapo ndani, you're comfortable with the level of air circulation. Yes, it is warm, but it does not need to be stuffy. As soon as that room becomes stuffy, then you start messing up with the lungs for those young birds. And so by the time they are 3-4 weeks, they'll start wheezing and develop so many other complications. So make sure that the heating is okay. However, make sure that the ventilation, the air circulation is well taken care of. Whereas we are doing the heating. Lastly, make sure that your birds are getting clean feeds and clean water all day round. So make sure asubuhi umetoa those drinkers, umeziosha vizuri, get them clean fresh water to drink. Jioni as well, when you're changing, osha hizo drinkers vizuri. Make sure that they also have clean water to drink overnight. The feed as well, just give the birds enough feed to consume during the day. Jioni wapatie enough feed to consume during the night. Their farmers will just prefer kuweka chakula mingi mara moja, wakule siku mbili tatu. By the time the feed is one day within that chicken house, then uko sure wamekanyanga, wengine wameenda choo kwa hiyo chakula, so you will start fighting with coccidia and a few other ailments. So to just curb on that, make sure that you feeding your birds on a timely basis, chakula fresh, maji safi, and that way you're able to avoid quite a number of the ailments ambazo zinasumbua vifaranga. Also ensure that when you're transitioning your birds from starter to finisher, from chick mash to grower, just allow your birds to blend with the feeds by just making sure umewachanganyia chakula. Kama walikuwa nakula starter na wanaenda finisher, so for at least a day or two, make sure umewachanganyia ile broiler na finisher to make sure that they don't get a shock once umewatoa from one feed to another, and that way we're able to avoid quite a number of the common challenges ambazo zinasumbua wakulima na vifaranga. If you'd love to reach out to us, then our contact is 0724 531 727. Thank you.